Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Messages from the 90s. As you can see, I might pull some cards. Who knows? Um, so I just wanted to come talk. I don't know about y'all, but there has been a lot going on. And I know y'all see me looking the opposite way, but I'm looking at my other monitor. So I can see me comb my hair. And I got mirrors in front of me, so I'll be changing my direction a few times. Yes, I'm in the studio. Straightening my hair. Okay, so first I want to start with God is not the author of confusion. Man is. God is not the author of confusion. Man is. Let me finish my sentence. I just want to start by saying that God is not the author of confusion. Man is. We tend to complicate a lot of things. We tend to place our assumptions on a lot of things, opinions, perceptions, and that doesn't necessarily mean we're right. A lot of the time we're not right, if I could be honest. But sometimes we have a following. Sometimes we just have our own mental belief that we are. Now, that's not to say that we're not right or that there aren't times where we're correct in our stance and how we feel. But what I'm saying is, most of the time, we not qualifying our thoughts. I should have bought me another 2 more clips. Golly. Okay, anyways. This is usually the process. What side is this? Okay, as long as I can see this side, it really, what side? This side. It really don't matter. We're not qualifying our thoughts. We're not qualifying the situations. We're not qualifying even if it deserves our emotional response, actual physical response, whether you're physically reacting to something, throwing bows, or speaking up and saying something, a mental response, even having it in a mental receptacle, like keeping it in our mind, allowing it to take up space in our mind, having a place in our mind. A lot of times, a lot of situations don't warrant, our mental, our thought towards it. It doesn't warrant a thought. You're not worth a single thought. It doesn't warrant a thought. But we tend to kind of give into that human nature, not necessarily taking a step back and looking at us, everything that's going on around us, being like, it's your situation, but being the third party in your situation, taking a step back and actually bird's eye view, what's going on, where do I fit in this situation? If it's a bad situation, did I cause this situation? What did I do to allow this to occur? If I didn't allow it to occur, well, what about we don't qualify the things that we go through. We don't qualify our thoughts that we think when we become depressed, full of anxiety, anxious, worried. We don't qualify those. Like, why do I feel like this? Especially when I had a situation where I was completely fine. And then the next day, I'm just like, yo, no, life's a bust. Like, this is it. What? Where did that come from? Why would I feel like this? I just went to bed happy. There was nothing wrong, no issues. And then I woke up the very next day like, you know what? No, I hate, like, what? As much stuff as I've been through, what? I know for a fact there's a lot of, let me, because I'm talking and I know for a fact there's a lot of people right now that are going through things. And I'm not just talking about this tarot world. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'll post this on all my platforms. I really don't know. Um, but I feel like for one, there's been a shift. So I posted, ouch, a while ago that 2024 was going to require a mental shift that not many will attain. And it's not to say I'm some prophet, some whatever. No, none of that. I would never claim that. Even if God came down and was like, "Oh, you did," I'm good. Like, I mean, not to say that I'm gonna listen to God, but as far as trying to come out and say I'm this or I'm that, I'm not. No. But I honestly do feel like, oh, and that's also why I try to refrain from saying God said anything to me during my readings. Like, whether I feel like God told me to say something or not, or like, I don't know for sure. Who's to say this is not me? Like, and that's a qualify your thoughts. Qualify who you're listening to. Qualify the people you give your attention to. Have some discernment. Not everybody is for you. Not everything is meant for you. Not every reading is for you. If we're gonna talk about tarot land, um, we gotta have discernment about what we allow into our spirit, or what on the outside of us gets inside of us. Um, for one, we shouldn't be allowing anything that's on the outside of us get inside of us. However, we're human, and that's, it's human nature. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit there and talk like I have not allowed things to get inside me, because I've had. To the point where I was doing revenge, where I was showing up, popping up on people. It is what it is. Um, you grow from that, hopefully, and you choose to do better and be a better person. Hopefully, you don't remain the same. Um, the thing is, if you remain the same, you're essentially dead. Whatever's not growing is dead. That's beside the point. My point was, there's a lot of people going through things. This isn't just a Taurus thing, or a Virgo thing, or a Scorpio thing, or Leo thing, or a Gemini. Like, you get the point. It's a everybody thing. Like, this is a human thing right now. This is a God thing right now. And it's not to say that, oh, it's the divine versus the... Not, because truth be told, I feel like all of us are divine. Like, we created in his image. All of us are divine. Right? All of us have a place. He put us here for a reason. All of us have a purpose. Even if your purpose is to be a Judas. Even if their purpose is to be a Judas. Some people have to be Judas. Some people have to be Jesus. I mean, it's simple as that. Some people are going to be hung from the tree. Some people are going to be trying to collect them coins to get you hung from that tree. It's a life. So like it's life. You're gonna have some people choosing to do bad things, choosing to be against you, choosing the negative, choosing to always see you in the bad light versus my hand itching. Versus the good. If you believe in God, then you have to believe there's an opposite of God, right? Okay. Throw God out. If you believe in good energy, positive energy, then there has to be a negative energy, right? Excuse me. If you believe that there are bad people, then there has to be good people as well, right? And so let's step outside of people. Life in general. Life be lifing with everybody. And people be peopling. But when life happens, life doesn't just happen to you. It happens to a lot of other people as well. A lot of people are going through the same things that you are going through, or that you may have gone through, or that you may be going through in the future. Like, if you're into tarot, if this is showing up on, my spiritual platforms and people are getting this in the realm of tarot, then you know daggone well in those comments there are 50, 100, depending on who videos you're looking at, of people who resonate with whatever they're talking about. And some people claim to resonate with everything. Child, the stuff some of these people talking about, if you resonate with everything, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. Because a lot of these people, and some people talking about none but good stuff, and some people talking about none but bad stuff, and there's some people who talk about both. Now, I wouldn't throw it out. I won't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I would just say qualified. Because a lot of times we try to fit ourselves in these situations that aren't even about us, or have anything to do with us, or, join battles that we aren't equipped to fight. Now, let's go back to the tarot land. Let's just talk in general. I don't even want to talk about, I don't want to do specifics. It applies to literally everybody in human existence. Because I see it on all sides. I see it from, I don't even want to name professions. I see it on all sides. Put it that way. From personal relationships to public relationships to yada, 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 so forth and so on. Everywhere, somebody, shit, right down Megan and Nikki beefing. There's always some, and it's for my people, all y'all my people, to be honest. Literally, physically, DNA wise, and just spiritual wise. However, if y'all seen my podcast, then y'all know what I mean when I say, y'all know what I mean when I say my people. I feel like we do ourselves a disservice. Like, and I understand it's because of the conclusions and years of bondage, mental bondage, and just innate feeling that we have to be against each other because that's kind of what we had to do to survive in different scenarios. And I mean, yes, it's true, African tribes used to fight with other tribes, and but it was a cultural thing. It was a limit to it. They weren't necessarily going in and just, I mean, they might have, don't you, I ain't always right. So, they might have just purposely decided to enslave some. I mean, who knows? But it's a little different, especially with blacks or African Americans, because it's like we're the only ones who don't have a clear, defined history. They call us African Americans because they took us from Africa and brought us to America. But a lot of research and a lot of time later, it's becoming more and more evident that we are not necessarily, yes, we may be Africans, but that we, the blacks, the African Americans, the enslaved in America, might not have necessarily been brought on ships. We may have been indigenous to this land. A lot of my DNA is indigenous, and I mean, my thing is, we know that from science, our people were the beginning of time, as far as human evolution. So why wouldn't it be logical that we would be everywhere, right? Everywhere. India, Australia, Germany, Alaska, Canada, Antarctica. Why would that not be a logical explanation, right? And I'm saying this also because when you do DNA, it don't necessarily tell you exactly the truth. Like, it give you DNA, but most of them, anyways. My point was, us as black folks, we are trained to follow suit and to break us down. Yes, we multiply. Yes, we come back. Yes, we start over. Yes, we bounce back. But I feel like it's innately ingrained in us to tear each other down, to always be in competition, like always feeling like there's not enough for us two, us three, us four, so I have to be the only one. Yeah, God made you, but God made me more special than you. And to be honest, that's a conclusion mindset. And I feel like a lot of that mindset is going on right now. I feel like we really need to be careful about our mouthpieces and what we speak about other people and what you think God has on them versus what He has on you. We think we know what God wants. We think we know what God is saying, but qualify your thoughts. That's qualify your thoughts so that what comes out and is ushered out of your mouth doesn't drown someone else and drown you as well. I was gonna say suffocate, but technically you still would be drowning. Um, think we get so wrapped up in the idea that because God told me this and to maneuver this way, that God can't speak to somebody else. And if you know anything about God, he gonna speak to who he gonna speak to. Because at the same time that he was speaking to, which, you know, I also don't like this. I don't like making half truths or half statements. So let me find this real quick. Was it Saul and David, where David wasn't listening, God was speaking? I mean, not David. Saul wasn't listening, God was speaking. I think he did that to David too. Anyways, they weren't listening. God was speaking, telling them that they were disobedient. And at the same time he's talking to them, he sees, okay, you're being disobedient. So while you're being disobedient, I'm still speaking to you. I'm still going to give you a chance. But I'm also going to raise up somebody else. And he going to do it too. And then if you show yourself that you're not worthy of the position that I've placed you in, don't worry. Already got your replacement in line. I actually posted a couple posts the other day about this. How I end up on Jacob. And about the old prophet. The old prophet. And I don't know the full backstory on the old prophet because I didn't look it up. But the old prophet caught this man, this young man, on his way back home. God told the young prophet to go and do something and go straight back home. He went and somebody was like, hey, you want to stay today? He was like, nah, God told me I gotta, do this and I gotta go home. I gotta do this and go home. So this like, oh, okay. So he left. He going home, right? An old prophet comes. It's like, hey, yeah, come here. What you doing? Tell him what he's doing. He was like, for real? Well, God told me to, well, no, I think he asked him to come to his house. And he was like, no, God told me I gotta do this and go home. So he was like, no, God told me, or an angel told me. I think he was smart enough not even to lie on God. He said an angel of God or something, angel of the Lord, told him that it was okay for him to come to his house, so to come on. So the young prophet, instead of qualifying what he was hearing, he was like, you know what? Okay, let me go with you. For one, it was a level of respect. He had, he's an old prophet. I'm a young prophet. I'm going to listen to him. When he was told to do a certain thing. And so, this young prophet goes. And God comes and is like, what did I ask you to do? To go do this and go home. Right, but you didn't listen. You listened to this man who lied to you. And now because of that, you're going to die. And I think the old prophet died as well. They both were killed off. Due to disobedience. So that's, okay, two different ways. Some of you are looking at it as like God can't be talking to multiple people. When he is. Well, more than two different ways. He is. But you cannot be concerned with what he's telling you and what he's telling somebody else. It's going to be shown by their fruits what's true, right? Qualify it always. Discernment always. But you shouldn't be judging or putting your mouthpiece on somebody else's. Anything that they say, God, because at the end of the day, if they're putting God's name on it and God has nothing to do with it, he's going to make it known. I promise you. Promise you. The other thing is that some of us, and when I say us, I definitely use us loosely. Now, I give my examples where I've fallen short or where I feel like I'm in the boat with people. But right now, I'm outside of the boat. Maybe I'm in the captain's. I don't know. But I'm just using it loosely. Sometimes we are listening to people where God has already started to raise up the replacement. Sometimes it's you that's their replacement, and they're coming to give you advice because they know you're going to be taking their place. And so in the end, what they're trying to do, because they know they can't be saved, they're going to sabotage you, and you're no longer going to listen to God's voice. You're going to be listening to every voice around you, trying to maneuver your life. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if this is you, where you may feel like, you know, maybe God has forgotten about you, or maybe he's crossed your name out, or he has started to raise up your replacement, I would advise not trying to prevent them from replacing you. I would advise you to just go to God about it. Like truly to go to God about it. Okay. Staying on this same topic. Not necessarily the same topic, but qualifying your thoughts. I see a lot lately, and I'm not saying because, once again, if we believe in God, we have to believe in everything else. And if we believe in anything else, then we do have to believe in God. We can't believe in witchcraft and say there is no higher source. There is. We can't say there's no higher source. We can't say there's no God and then there's no witchcraft. Even the Bible speaks about witchcraft, right? Cool. But, hear me out, all right? I do not feel like everything is witchcraft. Now, yes, it may be of the spiritual realm, but we are spiritual beings, so technically everything is of the spiritual realm. That's just how I see it. Everything is of the spiritual realm. Like, what other way could everything would have to be of the spiritual realm, right? If we're spiritual beings. But in the spiritual sense that we know it, right? I feel like 28:18. There's a difference between somebody truly doing witchcraft, right? And something happening because of your previous actions or somebody else's actions. So, I see a lot of people, and this is, I mean, you could talk about tyrant shit, you could talk about church people, a lot of people, even people that's just into astrology or whatnot. Like, they either make jokes or really make reference to that they feel like somebody is doing voodoo or witchcraft on them, right? Now, like I said, I'm not knocking it. It is very well freaking possible that somebody just got all the time in the world to be pills and potions in it. Nikki. Shoot. To be honest, witchcraft mouth. Somebody could just be talking about you all the time, wishing ill upon you all the time, speaking evil things upon you. That's witchcraft. They could be manipulating you, and that's witchcraft. But I'm talking about the stereotypical. I think that's the word. Stereotypical witchcraft. Pills and potions. Not pills and potions, but you know what I mean. Goblets, and cauldrons. Goblins too. Trolls, Rumpelstiltskin, wishes, candle magic, backyard jars, like it's yes. 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 People do that. People are playing with your food and making you eat weird spaghetti. People are giving you red Kool-Aid to people are doing they're trying to get into your house to do yes. Some of you, yes. It's not out the way. It's not out the question. And some people just are not okay. Some people are just, they're gonna do that. Yes. And we also gotta get one with God and handle that. Reverse that. Because yes, people will do that. But what I'm speaking on is people assuming because of whatever reason, maybe they got some beef with somebody else or like an issue with somebody. Not necessarily, I guess, beef. Or just somebody they don't like. Or whatever. Or somebody that they see might be into certain things and just might feel like they might have had one encounter with them and something turned up in their life. Now they feel like that person is doing something. Or they feel like somebody is doing something to them. When, in all actuality, if we qualified our thoughts, we would realize, well, I made this bad decision 2 years ago to get this installed this way. This is why this happened. And then because this happened, this then turned around and happened. Or I chose to leave work. I chose to leave home late to get to work, and I was truly rushing and speeding. And, even though they saw me coming, I did go through the light at the last minute when I could have easily slowed down. So this is the reason this has happened. This is the reason, I did invite them into my life knowing what type of person they was. And just because I thought that they would treat me better, or because I treated them a certain way, they would treat me the same way. I'm the reason why I allowed them into my space. Qualifying your thoughts, your situations, your circumstances, so okay, well, this is what I did. Well, you know what? They did know I was going through it, and they turned around and stole this from me, and da-da-da-da-da. Well, they did da-da-da-da, and they told me they did this against me. Okay, or none of that. Well, and sometimes this doesn't come until hindsight. That maybe it was necessary and God actually might have did this. Let me maneuver this out your way because this isn't beneficial to you. This connection isn't going to grow you. This relationship is going to decay you. This, maybe you, and I know it's hard to say, but I've been through it. Maybe this baby right now is not meant to come into this world in this situation, in this environment that you're in, right? It's not easy to qualify your situation, your thoughts, because it's not easy to take accountability for where we are in life and what we've done. It's so easy to point out what somebody else has done and what somebody else has said versus taking accountability for, okay, well, they didn't have to hurt me, but because I let them into my life, I'm going to take accountability for that, because people gonna people. You can't control what people do. You can only control your actions and your reactions to people, right? So this is the thing about not letting what's on the outside, not letting what's around you get inside of you. Um, which is gonna lead me into another thing. So right now, a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I kind of felt like, yeah, I'm having this moment where possibly, maybe somebody is doing something because I'm qualifying, you know. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe somebody is playing in energy. That's crazy how that just bringing that up just made me go blank. So yeah, playing in energy. So, oh no, now that is crazy. Anyways, not letting what's okay, maybe that's where I was going with it. Um, because of all the crap that was going on, like it was crazy, and it was cold. We was freezing. We had to go back and forth to hotel. This and that. Kids was missing school. So much chaos, chaos. And I'm like, my life was peaceful. Wait, like what happened? All of a sudden, just 1 week, just everything. But in that moment, ebbs and flows. Ebbs and flows. Like, go with the flow. I've been hearing that since last year. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. And I say I don't really like when people say God said, but I'm going to say in regards to me, I feel like I was told go with the flow last year before the year started. And it was a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of tragedy that happened last year. That literally, if I didn't listen to that voice that said go with the flow, I would have been upside down. Like, upside down. I had, like, it was a lot. And this stuff that I didn't even know going on in the background, like, it, a lot. A lot of family trauma, tragedies. Not as well. I guess it would be traumas. A lot of issues, stuff going on. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. So then this year, I'm just like, it's a new year. I already know. I'm getting the feeling like this is about to be people's year, and not just Virgo's year or Gemini's year or Scorpio, Libra's year or Aries year or Capricorn's year. Like, it's going to be everybody's year collectively who have done the work, kept the faith, held on, continued to go through, grow through. And yeah, you might have had some bad moments, days, weeks, years, months, whatever. We all have moments. Like, trust. You might have cussed a little, cursed a lot. You might have cried. You might have screamed. Been there, done that, all of that. You might have questioned God. I did. Once or twice or 3 times. But it's the fact that you remained humble. You remained yourself, transparent, authentic, even in the midst of it, and you didn't react in a negative manner, because you could have reacted, but I mean in a negative manner. Like, if somebody did something to hurt you, didn't repay them with another hurt. Now, if you did, you might have to answer. It's not you might. You're going to have to answer to that. Hopefully, you're like me and kind of get it swiftly. I hope I got all of mine when I did it. Because we're not perfect. We're human. Like, there's no perfect zodiac. There's no perfect person, gender, race. We all people. We all humans. We all be people. It's just the level and degree that you're going to people. Are you going to be a better person, a good person, a God person? You're going to be a bad person, a negative person. You know, it's what side are you going to stand on, basically. I think a lot of us are waiting for heaven outside of earth, when if we would just be better people, we could create heaven on earth. But I know that's so far-fetched. Like, we allow our assumptions, our perceptions, our perspective to maneuver, basically. We allow what we've been through, what we think we know, what we see, to allow us to treat people certain ways, to handle situations certain ways, to move certain ways. Like, it's literally, we got parents going against children, children against parents. We got strangers going against strangers. Like, I seen something the other day, and it's crazy because I had a dream about one of the people that was involved, and I couldn't I kind of figured out my dream, but yeah, anyways. But after that, something took off, and this person has a big following. So when certain things were said, and it may have not been the full truth, because people don't know the full truth except the people in the actual situation, which is another thing. So when you're going off of somebody's interpretation of the situation, you can't take sides. Like, you really can't. I'm sorry. Even, like, if you look at the Cat Williams situation, you can't take sides. You gotta just match facts. You can't take sides. Like, you gotta go with truth. Truth is truth. That's literally the only side you should be taking. You shouldn't be taking a person's side. You shouldn't be taking anybody's side, and especially if it ain't got nothing to do with you. Especially if it ain't got nothing to do with you. I try not to. I don't take sides. Family beef. Wrong is wrong. Right is right. I tell my kids all the time, I'm not that mama. I love you, but I'm not gonna be that mother. I'm not gonna lie for you. I'm not gonna take up for you if you've done wrong. Like, I'm gonna try to help you correct or rectify what you've done wrong, but I ain't gonna be like, oh, my baby is he's with us, she's nah. If you did it, you did it, and you're gonna have to stand on it, right? I done did some shit I gotta stand on. It is what it is. I haven't always been a nice person. I haven't always been a perfect person. But what I do is take accountability for anything and everything I've ever done. It ain't fun to take accountability, but it is what it is. But anyways, back to the story. So this person, because they have a big following, and you know, people are taking, dang, my flat iron turns off. People are taking, you know, what this person is saying for face value, which, you know, most people do. They believe everything on social media. I'm not saying this person is wrong or right. I'm just saying a lot of you do not qualify what you see or hear on social media, which is why a lot of you believe a whole bunch of AI stuff that y'all see on social media. Y'all believe this junk real. It's a post that keep floating around. My daughter painted this. I built this sculpture. That is AI. Somebody paid for an app to create something, and then it's going viral, lying and saying it's a girl who was painting this picture, or they built a Barbie doll for their daughter in her likeness, or a wooden thing in their likeness. I'm just like, all these sound like idols, but that's besides the point. It's a lie. And most people aren't qualifying what they see because they're used to getting quick information. They're used to, the microwave has entitled us, and the internet has entitled, the microwave and NASA's internet. I wonder if NASA created the microwave just so they could eat faster, so they could go back to work. Because they created the internet, and I feel like they should have kept the internet at this point. I'm talking and not straightening. Ouch. They're not qualifying. I ain't gonna put myself in that category because I try to qualify as much as possible. I might be wrong a time or two, but I will qualify. Boo boo. Okay. Anyways, and I'm not closed off. Like, I'm gonna give you a chance. It's up to you. I don't take people's opinions about people. I go check the energy myself. Now, when I was younger, it took a lot longer. Now, granted, it didn't take longer. It's just that I was operating in a trauma mode. So I was giving people leverage that they shouldn't have got. I was allowing people in that I shouldn't have allowed in. Yes, you have the potential to be a good person. Yes, you have the potential to be a good boyfriend, a good spouse. Yes, you have the potential to be a good friend. Yes, you have the potential. But does that mean you're going to live up to the potential? You know? So, I do get that aspect. But I feel like I don't know what I should say. Oh, okay. Anyways, that's because I keep going on tangents. So, these people in this girl's comments off of this situation decided to go to the person's page that they was beefing with and just like tried to eat a hole in their ass. Like, seriously ragging, going in, saying horrible crap. Like, mean girl behavior. And I'm just like, I don't understand this. What's the other one? Mean Girl and John what is his name? Was it John Carter? What? I don't remember that boy name. The movie about that boy who was breaking all them girls' hearts. But anyways, they literally went to this girl page, sought them out to belittle them. Like, why would you do that? You don't know this person's beef. You can listen to their side of the story all they want, but you literally don't know the beef. You don't got no backup, no information. And if you paid attention and qualified the situation, you would see that it's from both sides. Not much information is given, but from both sides, it looks like, okay, well, y'all are kind of cooperating. However, we can tell there's more details missing. But yet, instead of being neutral, taking yourself out of it because it's not your fight. Shit, even if you want to watch the drama and chaos unfold, cool. But here's the thing. Why would you then insert yourself and go to this person's page to talk crap about them? Like, I don't understand that aspect. The aspect, like with Megan and Cardi. Not Cardi. Ooh, sorry. Nicki. Hope no Nicki fans click on this, because they're like, she got her Cardi. But Nicki is a bully. And I'm just going to call it like I see it. Nicki is a old bully. And I know people like her. And that's sad. I know of people like her, because I don't hang around people like that who just are bullies for no reason. Like, for no reason. And then it's always, I'm going to throw a rock and hide my hand. I know people like that. Like, there are reasons that people are coming at you. And you can't just pretend and act like you don't got no, what you call it in the game. I haven't worn my hair like that in forever. I should just say fuck the straightening and go get me some more clips and clip my hair up. I need some banana clips. Buy me some banana clips. But yeah, like the people supporting Nicki, and they all down Megan page or post or whatever, or creating separate posts. Cause I say that, but I ain't been on nobody's page to actually see if somebody is on their actual page or post going wild. But the other sidebar posts, like from the shit that pop up on social media that pop up when you don't be wanting or caring to look at it, them stupid posts and from TMZs and all them other people that will pop up without you being subscribed to their page. Like, unnecessary conversation, rhetoric. Y'all fighting a battle for somebody who don't even know you alive. And probably wouldn't put nothing on your funeral if you was to die. And I go for both sides. I just don't understand it. And shit, I wrote a poem about, not necessarily about Megan Thee Stallion situation, but just, she was a good catalyst at the time when it first popped off about the situation with her getting shot. And then as time went on, I was looking at everybody, you know, coming out with their different stories. And then how Megan came back up into the spotlight because of the situation. So I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and finish this poem. But that's for any female who has not been, or any male that was not believed or taken serious, made to feel like, you know, whatever. Because they really carry that shit. And I kind of feel, this is a sidebar as well. I'm going to keep going sidebars. I feel bad because we have, on one hand, people who lie about sexual assault, right? And so the people who really do be getting sexually assaulted and want to tell or have told and don't get believed, and then, you know, they try to come out later and do it, they looked at as crazy, whatever, or a clout chaser, yada, yada, yada. Then you got the people who weren't really abused. They did it to clout chase, to get some money, to whatever, to have a story. And then you got people that are afraid now to come out because now every person is a liar. And that's outrageous. Or you got people still being charged with stuff after it's found out that people lied and had no parts in certain things. And that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But anyways, you got people like Nicki people attacking anybody who says anything about Megan, or, you know, throwing shade at Megan because of her son. Now, the crazy thing is, she ain't mentioned out a name. Now, she might have mentioned some words that got people in their feelings. She might have mentioned some situations, but some of them shits could apply to anybody, right? However, the world is in an uproar. Nicki is in an uproar, saying anything and everything to try to break Megan. And I'm just like, for why? Why is we here? Now, without knowing or trying to know, without looking it up or researching, put it that way, I have heard multiple times how Nicki Minaj has talked crap about Megan Thee Stallion. Shit. Talk crap about a whole bunch of people. Because she has this complex that, you know, that old prophet complex. So, it is what it is. Now, I haven't heard that Megan has said anything about Nicki up until now. Now, she very well could. I like 90s R&B and shit like that. I don't really like modern hip-hop and rap. I like Tupac and rap from the 90s and the 80s. Maybe some 70s. But why is it that we feel as a people, why can't we get past that innate field igger versus house igger, right? Why we can't get past that? You know, somebody told me before that was like, oh, it shouldn't matter to you because you would be a house anyway. Nigga, do you know that if I was any of that, if I was born in that time, I'd probably be strung from a tree. I'd be hung. I'd be crucified. Because I already have a rebellious soul. And I don't care how you try to paint the picture that, oh, you ain't in the fields picking cotton. Yeah, but I'm in the house getting aped. You think that's a benefit? I'm in the house slaving and washing white conclusions, I guess. I was going to say white asses. But then I tried to change it to conclusions. It's just saying white again. That's funny. I'm washing conclusion asses. And taking care of babies that ain't even mine. Cooking for somebody that is going to turn around and abuse me at the end of the night. That's not a win. What are we doing? This mentality, yo, is beyond me. It's beyond me. I really don't be understanding the mentality that we have. Like I said, I say we loosely. Because I didn't try to grow a lot. And it took a lot of work. And there ain't no fucking lie. Like, people think growth happens overnight. People think healing happens overnight. It don't. That shit is a constant process. Your main healing, yeah, you're going to get that done if you work to get it done. It might take a couple months. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. It might take 10 years, depending on what it is, what the trauma is. But, you're going to always constantly be in a state of healing something. Regardless if you healed this trauma back then, you're going to have something else that come up in your life that you're going to have to heal through. Life is a constant of ebbs and flows, ups and downs, the wheel turning constantly. So why, as well, do we feel like when something is down for us, we look at it as like, oh, somebody is doing this to us? There is no reason why Nicki should feel like anybody is a competition to her. I get it. It's the rap game. But no, seriously. If you are confident in who you are, your skills, your everything, then why do you have to snub every new female artist that comes out? You can say it's a boost to help their career, yada, yada, yada. Whatever anybody want to say. It's unnecessary. So, I posted something the other day. It was like, some stuff is pertinent, other stuff is petty. We get into these situations, and now this is just from a beef level. We get into these situations where we want to call people out. We want to stand 10 toes on our shit. That's cool. Stand 10 toes on your shit. Call people out for their shit. But make sure you only using the facts and you not fabricating, you not adding shit to it, you're not taking shit out, and you not being petty, you being pertinent. So, and I say that because I had a situation where somebody wanted to come back into my life and wanted to be friends again. Now, in any other time, nah, like we really shouldn't have been friends to begin with. We don't need to be friends now. And kind of that was the sway of the conversation. It was more so, yeah, we can't be the same friends. Whatever. I really don't know about being friends, but we can learn to know the people that we are now, and see what happens after that. Now, I ain't gonna lie, like God, and like I said, God be telling me. I'm just saying, I feel that because I be hopefully qualifying enough. Sometimes I don't. But it be for reasons. But anyways, I felt like that situation was just to help me see exactly who this person was outside of the previous friendship that we had, in the coming back together of trying to create or build something new or establish a new friendship. Some stuff is pertinent, other stuff is petty. It was a lot of stuff that was talked about in our reconciliation meeting that was not pertinent. It was just petty. There's a lot of things that I could have said that was petty, but I only stuck with what was pertinent. Like, one example. They wanted to know if I said certain things about them. Now, my first thought was, and I just gotta be transparent. My first thought was, but I didn't even start this conversation. That was blank. That was my first thought. Then I had to qualify. Hey, that's kind of, yeah, that's true, right? That person did start this conversation. Yeah, like, that's true. But is that necessarily pertinent? That's just kind of petty, because you did say those things. So take accountability. Yes, I did say those things. I did. It also could have been petty for me to turn around, but I know what you said. I know what you did behind my back. And I know what you, and that would have been petty. That was like, and it's only petty because at this point I'm seeing, well, I take accountability for mine. They didn't take accountability for theirs. It is what it is. I see what type of person you are. You want me to take accountability for everything that I might have said or done towards you. And I'm okay with that, because I stand on everything I said and I did towards you. You deserve what I said, or it was true in that moment. It was a fact in that moment. It was a whatever it was. Cool. But knowing that you have purposely done flagrant, malicious, disgusting things, and have let those same type of things be ushered out of your mouth, you also should be taking accountability for the things you have done. But am I going to sit here and not, because I really don't even care about this situation or this conversation, to be honest. I didn't want this conversation. So no, I really don't care to make you stand 10 toes on that, simply because it's petty. It's not pertinent. What's pertinent is the information that I know or that I needed to get from this interaction. Because I see that we're on two different playing fields. We're playing a game, but you somewhere else and I'm somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe you playing basketball, I'm playing football. Maybe I'm playing daggone tennis and you over here playing hockey. I don't know. I just know we on two different things right now, and I'm going to go ahead and be real about me. But you can choose to do whatever you choose to do. And that's cool on you. Like, I'm not going to force you. I'm not here to make you do anything. And I think that's our problem, right? Right? We feel like people are supposed to do stuff a certain way because that's what we assume, or how we would handle something. So we assume people would do bad things to us. So because we know we would do bad things to people, we assume that people are talking about us because we would talk about people. We assume that this is going to go bad because it always goes bad. We assume a lot of things and qualify nothing. We assume a lot of things and qualify nothing. Let's talk about a different story, vice versa. So, why I didn't make that person stand up on all the things they've done, for the simple fact I really didn't have no stake in the game. Like, I wasn't looking to rebuild that relationship with that person. I didn't care either way. Cool, if you want to be a part of my life, you could be a part of my life. If you don't want to be a part of my life, you don't got to be a part of my life. But coming in to be petty towards me, or like, that's not going to work. So, slowly and surely, I kind of pulled away. And then went to go text her one day because somebody was stalking my page. And I got no response. But turn around the next day and they liked a Facebook post. You don't respond back to me, but you're like, okay, well, I see what this is. And after that, the next time they crossed my mind, we were no longer Facebook friends. Like, it's a lot of stuff that don't deserve your attention that you giving your attention to, that is just a waste of your time. I promise you. You worried about these folks that don't like you, who think certain things of you, who going around and saying this and that. That shit don't matter, because if you know who you are and what you do and what you say is true, fuck them other people. The truth will always have receipts. Okay, so skip that. So while I didn't make her stand up on her shit, if we go into the situation with my mother, oh nah, like we gonna talk about this. You gonna admit to where you was wrong, why you did what you did. Now we gotta have a conversation, because at the end of the day, I know I gotta deal with you for the rest of my life. You my mother. You gave birth to me. Yeah, I could cut you off. Did that before. It's not going to solve anything. I now have children. But I also have to do this to help myself heal. Like, you can't necessarily heal me, but you can help me get to the point where I can help myself heal. So now you got to stand 10 toes on what you did, what you said, how you lived. But even if you don't, I still got to have this I need to have this conversation with you. So there was a difference. With that other situation, I'm good. Because it didn't necessarily involve that person. Once, like, okay, it did involve that person. But not to the degree that a lot of people, and probably including the people involved in the situation, thinks that it affected. So my mother's situation was a lot different. Like, you're my mother. You're supposed to be this person that raised me, gave birth to me. Like, there was a lot more writing for mental sake. The relationship with my mother and trying to maneuver that, not necessarily having a relationship, but just trying to understand the nuances and dynamics of that relationship, trying to qualify why it was the way it was, right? Compared to already qualifying this situation and knowing, yeah, I never should even enter into this friendship. And then once I did, and once I realized what it was, I should have not avoided that friendship. And then even now, after years later, when you came back, I should have, just spoke my piece and left it like that instead of trying to say, yeah, we can see. It was a difference. Right now, somebody is beefing, hardcore beefing with a parental. And when I say hardcore beefing, I mean like hardcore beefing. Like outrageous shit. And yes, the Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father, so your days will be long. And it also says not to cause your children to anger or to wrath. So it's like both parties are in the wrong here. But nobody is willing to just take a step back and say, you know what? This ain't even worth it. Like before I cut my mom off for a whole year in the process of me trying to heal myself. If it's not beneficial to my growth, I don't care who it is and what it is. I don't even talk to my great-grandmother. Love her. I love her dearly. But I don't talk to my great-grandmother. Like, if you're here to disturb my peace, my purpose, I'm not here for that. So you can't be here for me. Like, you can't be around me. I've gotten to a point where I only want what God wants for me. I only want to be in the places God puts me in. I only want to do the things God wants me to do. I only want to be around people who want the same. The God stuff. And there's a lot of people who don't lead in that mentality. They say they do, but they don't. And the main way I can tell is by how they speak and how they treat people. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect and the best person, because I cuss. I snap out sometimes. I lose my patience sometimes. Like, I would never say I'm the best person in the world, the perfect friend, the perfect spouse, mother. But what I will say is I'm a trying one. And I'm a loving one. And I feel like a lot of people are missing that one little aspect. It's like everybody's running on empty because they forgot the most important thing is love. And I know that shit sounds so cliche, but it's really not. Because truth be told, love would solve a whole lot of things. You ain't killing nobody if you love people. You ain't robbing them. You ain't lying to them. You ain't stealing from them. You're not cheating on them. You're not talking shit about them. You're not in competition with them. You're supporting them. You're boosting them up. You're egging them on. You're helping them grow. Excuse me. There is literally no wrong done in love. You can't love people and do wrong. Because then it's not love. But I don't think we understand that. I don't think we understand how true that statement is. And it's because we live in a world where people be peopling and life be lifing. Because we live in a world where people don't understand that concept. Because we live in a world where people feel like everyone owns people, places, things, ideas, concepts. It's amazing how much, and I used to get bothered by this, but then I just realized it's either I'm moving too slow or God just wanted multiple people to have this realization, right? So I would think of something and I'll talk to my husband about it. But I would feel hesitant or reluctant to post it on social media. And so I wouldn't. And then the next day, or 2 days later, or on Sunday when the pastor was preaching, the exact same things, or the same concept, or the idea, they will be talking about. And then I'm just like, alright, obviously I'm not listening. Obviously, but at first I thought it was just confirmation, like maybe it's just for me. And then I realized, nah, it's for everybody, but you scared to move, so he giving it to other people. So either you better pick up slack or you gonna be waiting, just like the rest of them, for this information. And then I had instances where I post something, get no interaction, or I'll do something, get no interaction, and then about a week or so later, or maybe a few days later, I'll see the stuff I said spreading around, going viral, or something I said but rearranged and rewritten out, and it go viral. And I used to be like, what the fuck? Like, I said that shit. And I be seeing a lot of people do this now. And they feel like a lot of people be stealing shit. And I get it. Because, you know, some people do. And who's to say them folks ain't just see my post and was like, you know, this bitch ain't got no interaction. We gonna go ahead and repost this shit because I got a page with over 30,000 followers. My podcast page. And it still be whatever. But my thing is, who's to say that person copied from you, right? Who's to say God didn't give them that same download that you supposedly he gave you? And that they just chose to act quicker, or y'all acted at the same time. And it's not necessarily they copied off you. I think we spend too much time worried about other people's journeys. We don't even focus on our own journey. Right? You out here talking about you sad, depressed, stressed. Refuse to say you blessed. You're going to be every S there is but blessed. But then still turn around and concern yourself with somebody else's story. We got to stop doing it. I be seeing people talk down on Krishan. Like, everybody's situation. But then turn around and be wanting the same daggone prayers and well wishes like everybody else. Because they going through their own situation. I feel like we really got to stop doing that. And I feel like we got to stop 119. We gotta stop. What is it? Um, Putting our perception of how other people should handle they traumas, they pains, they issues. Like, so this is a form of projecting. So because you wouldn't never go through it don't mean that person ain't. Or because it doesn't sound believable doesn't mean it is. Or well, if they stay this long, then they just like we gotta stop, okay? Because the moment you turn around and ask for help, and you end up in the cause look, trust and believe, never say never. Never say never. Right? The pettiest thing I ever said, never say never to that I said that I said never to when I was younger. And I just thought I had it all in the bag, even though I knew I was making dumb decisions out here. Committed to somebody who was committed to everything but commitment. Looking at other people's situations, it was like, I'll never have two baby daddies. Psych your mind. I got two. Well, my other one, my husband, but he also was my baby daddy at one point. So it is what it is. Never say never, because it can be you. And the quick as you say it ain't going to be me, it's going to be you. So let's watch our mouths when we talk about people's situation. And if we not praying for them, then why are we praying on them, right? And I know this gonna sound crazy as fuck for all y'all who is just so hateful. Sometimes you gotta pray for the people that prey on you. I know, no, you don't want to. But sometimes you gotta pray for those that prey on you. Nope, it ain't easy. Yup, it's a struggle. Nope, you're not gonna want to do it. But you called to do it. $4.14. Like, y'all gotta stop letting. And I'm saying y'all because yes, I've been in your position probably more than you know. I've been through a lot of shit. Whether you're talking about sexual abuse, miscarriages, abortions, having sex at 14, committing to a dude who slept with everybody and their mother, raw. So just imagine diseases, pregnancies, and not all of them equated to me being pregnant. Today going spiteful bosses, spiteful friends, stalkers, weird obsessed baby father, and his obsessed baby mother. It's just a lot. Surgeries, death, losses. My father killed himself when I was 5. Set himself on fire. My brother died when I was 12. My grandmother when I was 5. My grandfather. A lot of deaths. Friends. Everybody got a story, right? Nobody's story is better than the other person's story. Nobody's story is the worst than the next person's story. Everybody's story is worse to them. Everybody got a story. But you can't let your story, the things that happen to you, be all that happened to you. If you get my drift. You can't let the stupid beefs with people be all people know you for. You can't let the drama be all people know you for. You can't let fear be only what people know you for. You can't let what's on the outside get on the inside. Chill. I know you probably like, what the? I don't know why my ass be terrible. I need to reclip them. It do not be wanting to straighten. I ain't want to do that deep ass bump. Bump, bump, bump. To me, it's like equivalent to looking at everybody's highlight reel. Well, actually, let's just go there. Everybody, whether this is you looking at people or people looking at you, because most of the times we're not posting our struggles and our failures. We're not posting the problems, the pitfalls, the valleys. We only posting, most of the time, the mountain peaks, the tops, the celebrations, the promotions, the new cars, the money, the 50K followers. Like, we're not, we rarely show, hey guys, I'm getting a divorce. We rarely show, hey guys, I just experienced a miscarriage. Hey guys, I just lost my home. Hey guys, I just got diagnosed with cancer. Hey guys, I'm struggling with porn. Hey guys, I got a gambling problem. Hey guys, I got a drinking problem. Hey guys, I got a drug problem. Like, hey guys, I'm confused about my sexuality. Hey guys, like, we're not giving people those reels. We're giving people the highlight reel. Now, if you've been my friend on any of my platforms outside of messages from the 90s, oh, you get my highlight reel. And you get my daggone every other day reels. Because I don't believe that healing comes from ignoring and denying what you've been through or what you may be going through. No, some stuff is petty and not pertinent. Some stuff is unnecessary to share or just has no place to be shared. But some stuff is pertinent. It's necessary for you to tell your story and what you made out of so that the person that's watching you and thinking because they see your highlight reel, that they see you got a new promotion, they see you with a new car, they see you getting married, they see you having this baby, but they don't know that you suffered 3 miscarriages back to back. They don't know that you daggone lost your job. They didn't even give you no severance. They fired you. They plotted and planned to fire you. And then you lost your home and lost lost. Now they seeing you in a new home with this and this. They don't understand that it was a struggle. Like, I had to work for this. I had some nights where I cried. I had some nights where I questioned God. I had some nights. It wasn't easy. I honestly didn't think I was going to get here. We don't do that. We don't do that enough. We don't show people that, yeah, you might be there. I was too. But you ain't going to always be there. Or at least you don't have to always be there. You have the opportunity to change it around. And that's another thing. Y'all take all of this tarot stuff and take it to heart. Like, it's set in stone. You know this shit is based off of energy and off of what you do. So for one, is it your energy that they're picking up on? Is it your energy we're picking up on? Or is it our energy we're picking up on? A lot of people ain't going to tell you it's their own situations that they're picking up on. Qualify. Right? And then, is it set in stone? No, it's not. It's based off of what you do and your actions. And your, like, oh, you got some love coming in. But if you ain't never go out the house, you know damn well what they gonna do. It might be the mailman, but be for real. Oh, you gonna get this windfall of money. Alright, well, qualified. Did anybody die for you to get this windfall? Do you possibly got a lawsuit out there that you're gonna get this windfall? Are you working to get a promotion? Do you even have a business to get a windfall? Is there anything around you that will possibly warrant you that, okay, yeah, this is for me? Oh, you're gonna have a baby. Are you even sexually active? Like, oh, this person is doing magic on you. Oh, do you even know a daggone? You don't even know that person's birthday. And you ready to believe. And most of that come from unhealed. And projecting. And that's another thing. You're going to have people trying to project. Tell you what you can and cannot do. What's good for you. Or projecting their situations onto you. They might be going through something right now. They might be going through a divorce, a loss, a job loss, just depression, feeling less than, lack of confidence. And because of that, and they see what they're going through and see you're not in that place of them that they are, you're going to have some people that will just be around you just to bring you into that place. And it ain't got to be no stranger. It could be that friend, your spouse, your sibling, your mama. $2024 is the year true. But I think everybody confused on the truth.